Welcome to the Brian Murray Show, a real estate show, New Jersey style. Today I'm on location at a listing I have here in Hoboken. I'm not going to get into the specifics, but you can see behind me that it's a corner unit right on the park. It's awesome. We can talk more about that later. But what I want to talk about today is what I'm doing here right now at this location. See, it's Sunday and it's about 12:15 when I'm shooting this. And at this particular time, I have an open house for people in the building, a special open house for people in the building from 12 to 1. So if I have to stop, I will, but I have 3 or 4 minutes in between. And the reason I do an open house, not for the public, but for just the people in the building before the public open house starts, is out of respect for the people in the building. Maybe they want to come see the home. Specifically, maybe they want to get some decorating ideas. Maybe they have another unit that's very similar. They want to see how it's laid out. So that's one thing. They just want to get some information. Number two, for my seller, sometimes the best leads for a buyer are people in the building. Whether they want to move up, whether they always like the corner unit, whether they have a friend that wants to come here. People who live in the building, they know the building already. They don't have to be sold about the location. They don't have to be sold about the building, the amenities, how noisy it is, how quiet it is, how much light it gets, how close it is to the grocery store or the New York transportation. People in the building are quite often the best buyers, or they know the best buyers, their friends. So it's respect to give them time before the whole public comes in, where they can kind of look around and spend some time really looking at the unit and at the whole package. So you get, one is you get people who want to get some ideas. That's great. Two, you want to get some buyers that, that again, these are your best buyers. And number three, you do have some folks in the building that like to come and disparage the building for whatever reason, or they complain about everything. Everybody knows those kind of folks. And it's a lot better to have them come when you can really focus on them and give them your attention and hear their concerns, versus having them air that out, their own personal issues with the public at large, who are potential buyers who really may not have some of the same concerns they do. So it's really in the benefit of the seller that I take the time to give an extra hour, especially when the listing is brand new, right before the public open house, to let every potential neighbor come and have a private time. They are more than welcome to come during the regular time of the open house as well, but this way they can have a private time. They can do it quietly. They just have different questions and different concerns and different comments. So this is today's discussion point on neighbor-specific open houses and that kind of time. If you're a buyer, here's a tip for you. If you know the building and you really like the building, maybe you have a friend there, find out if, when there's a home that's coming up, if there's a neighbors-only open house. Quite honestly, if you're a buyer and you have a friend in the building, you are more than welcome at the neighbors-only open house. If you know about it, you're welcome to come and spend that private, quiet time as well. So it's good for buyers and it's great for sellers. This is today's discussion point. Weekly market numbers, May 25th, 2021. Let's get right into it. Actives in Hoboken, 233. Almost the same in Jersey City at 238. New in the last 7 days, 49 in Hoboken, 36 in Jersey City. Over the last 30 days, actives, 129 in Hoboken, 113 in Jersey City. So you can see that about half of the homes are on the market 30 days there, or more than 30 days, but like right about half of the homes. Under contracts, Hoboken, last 30 days, 125. Continues to be really, really hot. Jersey City last 30 days, 66. So there starts to be a real discrepancy there when you have about the same amount of available, and yet the under contracts are almost double in Hoboken than Jersey City. So Jersey City's got about 4 months of inventory, in Hoboken a little less than 2. That's a big gap. It's a big difference in terms of where the market's going in terms of momentum. It's reflected on days on market. Average days on market in Hoboken 22, average in Jersey City 35. But the median days on market, half of the Hoboken homes that went under contract went in 2 weeks or less. It was 25 days in Jersey City, which is still a pretty solid number, but it's not crazy like Hoboken. So the number of solds in the last 30 days, 108 in Hoboken, 67 in Jersey City. Still tracking that Hoboken is really a super hot market, super volume, and even Jersey City is still considered a very strong seller's market. The discount rate. Basically, there is no discount, Hoboken or Jersey City. It's 99.4% of list to ask in Hoboken, and or list to sold in Hoboken, and 99.7 in Jersey City. There is no discount. Get over the discount. It's gone. It's not there. So that's the market numbers in the snapshot. Look, it's still pretty much the same as it was last week, the week before, the month before that, and the month before that. So I really, if you're a buyer out there, know it's going to, it might not continue at this pace, but based on national home affordability, this market has a lot of room to run. Based on available homes in the market, that's the only thing that's stopping prices from getting pushed right up, in double digits right now, is that there are more homes on the market, and there are more homes on the market. Once that volume kind of stops, and those folks that have said, hey, I'm done selling my home for this year, we're going to stay for the school year, we're going to ride it out. If those inventory numbers drop down to 150 homes like they were, from 2012 to 2017, in that range, prices are going to go through the roof. So just know that buyers are really able to take advantage not only of interest rates right now, but they're also able to take advantage of, there's a lot of inventory. Even though you're competing for homes, there are more homes that are coming. But watch out. If those homes get taken up and new homes don't replace them, you're going to see prices really get pushed. This is Brian Murray with the Market Report. The good, the bad, the ugly Memorial Day special. So let's get right into the good. I did mention Memorial Day, didn't I? That means a day off. It means the beginning of summer. It means some normalcy in our lives compared to last year's Memorial Day, where, if you think back on it, it was sort of like the first real reality that life was just not going to be the same for a while, because the COVID restrictions hit in March, and especially in this part of the country, March, it's the winter time, nobody does anything anyway. By the time you're getting out of the April, May, it's like, okay, fine, we put our time in. But really, the summertime, Memorial Day hit, and all of a sudden, hey, we're still stuck in. We're stuck inside. We're stuck not being able to go anywhere. We're not going on vacations that you should be going on or planned. So Memorial Day this year is kind of the opposite. It's like when the switch is actually getting flipped on. So that's good. It should be called the good, the great, the better, the best, the awesome, the most awesome part. So that's Memorial Day. Bad news is the Fleet Week is not happening, and the ships aren't coming, and that's kind of a bummer, because we all like to see the ships, and that's part of the normalcy. So hopefully by next year we're going to be talking about the good, the better, and the best, and we're going to be talking about Fleet Week and ships and all kinds of cool stuff that is normal. So good, better, or good, bad. And then I really want to take a minute to talk about the ugly. And the ugly's got nothing to do with Memorial Day, but a couple of articles in the paper, in the online last few days, and I just don't get it. It confuses me. One is there's this woman that jumps into the zoo pen with these spider monkeys, and like trying to swim with the spider monkeys and feed them and that kind of stuff. That's one. Okay. kind of insane. But even more insane, there was this one about this woman at Yellowstone Park who's like getting out of her car and she walks over to a mother grizzly bear and her cubs. Like, and then she starts to back away when the grizzly bear starts to charge her. I mean, what's wrong with people? I mean, it's not the first time somebody's gone into a pen or an enclosure like at the zoo or gotten out of their car and done something stupid at Yellowstone. It is not the first time. And you know what? Most of the time it ends up on the news not as like a funny video, but it ends up as like, oh, somebody got eaten. Somebody got maimed. Somebody got eaten. Does anybody else watch the news? Do these people watch the same news that I do? Because that's what happens. People get eaten. People get maimed. It's like, I don't even understand. It's like I talk about dumb things that buyers and sellers do all the time. Dumb things that they could totally avoid if they had the right they had somebody educating them, guiding them, they had the right realtor, they watched HGTV. They could learn a lot. But this is like, it's on the evening news, it's on YouTube, it's on Instagram, it's on Facebook, it's everywhere. How many times does somebody go into the bear pen? Eaten. Elephant pen? Eaten. Hippopotamus pen? Eaten. Spider monkeys? Eaten. Is there a pen that you can go into that you don't get eaten? Like what? The baby ducks? I bet you the baby ducks would eat you if they could. Don't do it. Just don't do it. So I'm going to leave you guys with an inspirational quote from Memorial Day from the great FDR, who said, "Those who have long enjoyed such privileges as we enjoy forget in time that men have died to win them." So let's all keep those who fought for our freedom and who gave the ultimate sacrifice so that we may eat hot dogs and have ice cream and, think about how terrible our lives have been in the past year, to only find that we're on the other side, that people gave it all so that we could do that. And I thank them and appreciate them. And happy Memorial Day. Thank you so much for watching The Brian Murray Show. As always, all episodes of The Brian Murray Show can be found on my website, themurraypropertygroup.com, under the blog section. If you enjoyed it, please share it, like it, send me a comment. LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, I'm on them all. You get to see the show on all of them. Share it with your friends. Let them know there's great information every week about things that can affect their lives and their wealth. So again, do share it, do leave some comments, and as always, if there's anything that you disagree with, reach out to me directly and I'll show you why you're wrong. Thanks for watching.